And honestly, this might be the hottest topic on our feeds. Former MMA fighter turned TikTok food critic Keith Lee is in Portland. Keith has more than 17 million followers, and he tours cities all across the country trying their food. And this morning, we are diving deeper into how content creators help our local economy. So joining us this morning is Marcus Hibden, the Vice President of Communications and International Tourism for Travel Portland. Marcus, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks so much for having us. It's really exciting to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this. So I know Gado, Keys Loaded Kitchen, they've already seen the so-called Keith Lee effect, where they've seen a big upswing in visitors after Keith visited. In fact, I was just looking at his comments on TikTok, and people are like, he's never given so many tens in one city ever before. Like, what kind of economic impact could we expect from his visit?
Yeah, well, first of all, I mean, it's amazing that he wanted to come. And I think, it's really a confirmation of the work that Travel Portland does, but also, the wonderful work that's being done by the hospitality community, the businesses in the city, the people in the city. There's a reason why Keith wanted to come here. People told him he should check it out, and he did, and he loved it. So, it's really flattering to see someone like Keith, who has a massive following, come to Portland and also really see what locals already know, that things are great here, and we have a lot to offer. In terms of the economic impact, that's a little harder to gauge. We can't say, oh, Keith comes and that generates X amount of spending. But I think what those businesses can tell you is they have lines down the block now. They have been exposed to a wealth of new potential consumers, both who live in Portland or live near Portland, but also from across the world. So the economic impact we can't tell, but the promotional value and what that means to the city of Portland is huge. What it means to our tourism industry is huge. It's priceless in a lot of ways, and he's really driving a ton of awareness just of how cool Portland is and why people should come and check it out. So it's wonderful to have him. His followers love him and trust him. They follow his advice because he's just so real and honest in how he does it. And he gave a real honest take of our city. So we know it's going to bring people.
Yeah, what's the sentiment there at Travel Portland? Because, I mean, obviously, we've been trying to work on the image of the city, especially, throughout the country and throughout the world. Do you have an idea of how much this big celebrity visit and visits like this, are helping the city's image?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly helps because seeing is believing, right? And really what the message we're trying to deliver is come and see Portland for yourself. If you haven't seen it in a while, the city's doing great. It looks great. It always tastes great. It's a fun place to come. And we're looking at people like Keith. I mean, Keith came on his own. You don't tell Keith what to do. That's one of the things that's great about him. But he came on his own and he saw the same thing that we're telling. We've also done some other things in the past. Questlove recently came to Portland and did a project with Travel Portland. He's been coming to Portland for decades. He knows what our vinyl scene's like. He comes here to shop for records. He owns hundreds of thousands of records. And he came and spent time in some of our vinyl shops and talked about how the city sort of influenced him and why he likes coming here. He called Portland one of his favorite cities in the world. Cool. And that third-party endorsement by somebody that you trust, somebody that you admire, or even somebody that you're entertained by, really carries a lot of weight and can be very inspiring and influential to people. So when we do these things, we want them to be honest and true about what they really think. It's not meant to be a marketing thing. It's meant to be like, just tell people what you like about this city, and they do so. And we know that changes sentiment and makes people say, hey, maybe it's time to go see Portland again, because we know when people come into our city, especially now, they like what they see and they have a great time. And then they go home and tell their friends too.
Yeah, exactly. And on the other side of this, I noticed months ago, Travel Portland collaborating with our local content creators. So not even, big celebrities, but just local content creators. Like, how is this folding into your overall strategy? I thought that was really cool that you guys were doing that.
Yeah, we do work really closely with content creators. We have a whole program where they create content for us on a regular basis, and we just, empower them to go out and say, hey, show people the stuff that you like. How do you spend your time in the city? You're a regular person, you go and do things and make this true to yourself. These creators know their audience, they built their audience, and so they know what their audience likes to see, and they also know what they like like to do. And we really want to be genuine in how we reflect the city and how we showcase it. And so partnering with those local creators, often who are the closest to what's new and cool and hip and fun, is a great way to do it. And we've been doing it for a few years now. It's been very successful. If you don't follow Travel Portland on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, please do. If you want to find some new stuff that's going on, you want to see what these creators are up to. They're making really great content, and you'll learn something about your city.
Yeah, I love it. Quick shout out, because my friend Natasha does this too with you guys. She's Portland girl gone mild, and love her. So I know that, yeah, she's actually showing her genuine love for this city and the places she likes. Can you quantify the success of this? Have you guys seen anything, after you started doing this work?
Yeah, I mean, the success is in the likes and the follows and the comments that we get. I don't have numbers on each piece of content's a little bit different, but we have seen growth in our social media channels, but also how people share that content back and forth, how they forward it on to their friends, how they call them out in the comments and say, hey, we need to go check this place out, or we should go do this, or wow, I didn't know about that. So we know it's successful from that lens. Travel Portland's always had a very dynamic and active social media presence, going all the way back to when, really this stuff started. But social media in general has picked up steam coming out of the pandemic, and it is really the primary way to reach those younger audiences, millennials, Gen Z, younger, also older demographics too. But we know younger folks are definitely consuming content and being inspired and influenced by it. And it's a great tool just to raise awareness of all the wonderful things in Portland.
I love it. Marcus Hibden with Travel Portland, thank you so much for joining us on ArcPDX this morning.
Thank you so much. And if you haven't seen Portland, if you haven't been in a while, check us out on social media. Come into town and see it. You're going to love it.
I echo that sentiment. Ditto. Thank you.
Thank you.